At the north end of Resurrection Bay and at the foot of Mount Marathon, Seward is a fishing paradise and fast becoming a favorite of Kenai Riverbend's guests.
You know, you start off the day and you put a limit of silvers in the boat in 20-25 minutes, and then you hop to the pinnacles and you start plucking lingcod and drift off the pinnacles and pluck yelloweye and shoot. Next thing you know, you have 24 silvers in the boat, you know, eight lings, 8 yelloweye, and then we finish up with a bass attack. And one day in particular this year, I happened to hit some king salmon, so in 4 passes I hit 9 kings, all between 25 and 32 pounds. Just some very, very beautiful fish. The sea life here is just bountiful. You know, you're going to see sea lions, sea otters, harbor seals, obviously eagles, puffins, sort of shorebirds, and maybe an occasional humpback whale and even an orca. If anybody's ever been to the Kenai Peninsula and not fished this fishery out of Seward, outside of Resurrection Bay, in the months of July and August, you're really, really missing out on a fishing trip of a lifetime. I mean, there's so many different species of fish. I mean, every drop you have a chance of reeling in, you know, 6, 7, 8 different species of fish. You just don't know what you're going to catch.
Imagine every angler on the boat with a fish on and lines going everywhere. Every year, Kenai Riverbend's guests are astonished at the sheer number of fish in this secluded spot. Just a 45-minute ride in Riverbend's big boats. Get ready for massive numbers of fish when you're in these waters.
Come on, baby, be 35 inches.
Kenai Riverbend mans each of its trips with experienced Coast Guard and state-certified fishing captains. These captains love what they do and are committed to ensuring that you have your best day ever.
Holy cow!
These watermen are a special breed, each seeking bragging rights to providing Kenai Riverbend's guests the very biggest and best angling adventures possible, while at the same time helping each other out as they work these bountiful waters.
Lingcod fish in Alaska.
Just keeps getting better and better.
We use plug cut herring for our salmon. That plug cut herring is a small bait fish cut at a compound angle where it spins. And what we're trying to do is imitate a wounded bait fish. And that's really kind of the catch-all tool out here. I mean, you can catch lingcod, halibut, silvers, kings, bass, all with that. But typically we use that bait specifically for the salmon species. And we use jig heads, you know, 12, 16, 24-ounce jig heads for the lings where we fish these big pinnacles. You know, when I'm talking pinnacles, you know, we'll go out to a piece of land that's 250 to 300 feet of water, and we're basically fishing underwater mountains. And I'll start everybody right up on top of the mountain, and we'll just bounce our jigs down. And that's where the lings and the yelloweye and the bass live, are on those basically underwater mountains. One guy will get a fish, all of a sudden, boom, you got a double. You're grabbing people, you're shoving them under people, over lines, through, I call it the do-si-do, and crossing lines, fish jumping out of the water. You could have multiple hookups, 3, 4, 5. I've even had 6 hookups on at one time, especially silvers. They travel in schools, they're really voracious, and if you get into a pack of them, you're going to get into them. Lingcod, what I do is I usually jig 2 to 3 people at a time for the lingcods going down the pinnacles, and I'll have hoochies fishing for bass on the other rods. And this happens occasionally when a guy gets a bass on, a big lingcod will come off that pinnacle and grab the bass. It's kind of a unique experience because the bass are, you know, basically the lingcod's primary food source. So you'll be fighting this 4 or 5 pound fish, and all of a sudden, boom, man, you're stuck on the bottom and you don't know what's going on. And what happened was a lingcod came up and grabbed you. Or you'll have a bass come up and there'll be 3 or 4 or 5 lingcod looking at the bass. You know, that's some experiences out there. You can hit what I call the pumpkin patch, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 here come the yellow-eye rockfish floating up like pumpkins. It's like, this is just an incredible experience. Kenai River Bend, the Cho family, honestly some of the best people I've ever met in my life. They treat me like family, and in turn they treat their clients like family. You know, it's a chance of a lifetime. I wasn't going to sit at a desk 20 years from now wishing I would have done it with the opportunity I had. So, and there's this old saying, I think I told you this. A neighbor of mine said, you know, don't do anything for money that you wouldn't do for free, and you'd be happy. That's why I'm here.
Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Way up north, to Alaska. Way up north, to Alaska. Way up north.
Now that you've seen some of what Kenai Riverbend Resort has to offer, why not give us a call or check out our website for our great packages and book your trip today. For your ultimate Alaska fishing adventure and the Alaskan fishing vacation of a lifetime, Kenai Riverbend Resort is your first choice. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Oh, yeah.
The harbor here in Seward, traveling outside of Resurrection Bay.
Mistress, naughty girl on 1-6.
This is good. It's perfect. Okay.
But don't eat the moose here.
Yeah. Did we tell you that?
Yeah. I was joking.
Put that on a booth. Why shouldn't we eat the moose?
Apparently it gives you gas, and I'm trying to avoid it, but they keep sneaking it in and telling me I'm eating a hamburger with some moose burger.